Gonna wait for a few more people as the room fills out. Good evening and welcome to the Atlanta Beltline Southwest Study Group. We're here to discuss the 2025 Atlanta Beltline Lantern Parade. Thank you all for participating in this virtual public meeting. My name is Ebony Hillsman, and I'm a Community Engagement Manager for Atlanta Beltline, Inc. We are the organization responsible for implementing the vision of the Beltline. We have several members of the ABI team as well as the consultant team on the call tonight. Atlanta Beltline, Inc. is committed to creating a culture within the organization that values and advances equity and inclusion. Part of that means representation of our 45 plus Beltline neighborhoods on staff. Staff members participating with you tonight represent various disciplines across ABI's organization and are here to support your experience with the presentation, Q&A, and Facebook Live. We have enabled live transcription, and if you would like to view this option, please click Live Transcript at the bottom of your screen to select your preferences. Now I'll provide an overview of the meeting format for tonight. Let's see. We are joined by several people here on the call, on Zoom, on the virtual meeting platform. We are also posting this meeting to our Facebook page. If you're watching on the Zoom platform, you can follow along on the agenda at the top of each slide. If you're listening by phone, I will walk through the meeting agenda now. Our agenda tonight has opened with a welcome and meeting logistics. We'll follow this with audience polling and Beltline 101. After that, we'll have our feature presentation about the Beltline, Atlanta Beltline 2025 Parade, Lantern Parade. After the presentation, we'll have plenty of time for questions and conversation. You may have noticed by now that your line is muted and you will not be able to share your video screen during the meeting. To provide the best listening experience for everyone on the line, a recording of this presentation, a copy of tonight's Q&A, and all other supporting materials will be made available online at beltline.org/meetings. If you have any technical difficulties during this meeting, please email engage@atlbeltline.org. We appreciate your patience as we sort out any issues. And before we jump into the project updates, we'd like to get a sense of the virtual room by asking a few questions. As we start the poll, you should see a question pop up on your screen. This feature is not available if you are viewing on Facebook Live, but I will read the results to the group. The first question is, what neighborhood do you live in? Adair Park, Bush Mountain, Capitol View Manor, Oakland City, West End, Beltline neighborhood in the city, not on this list, a neighborhood in the city, not in the city of Atlanta. All right, we'll go ahead and end that poll. And the results. All righty then. Not a lot of participation tonight. Go ahead and go to the next one. How long have you lived in your neighborhood? 1 to 5 years, 6 to 10 years, 11 or more years? Okay, we have a longtime resident on. We appreciate you very much. Thanks for joining us. And now for the next question. What's your relationship with the Atlanta Beltline? Do you use the trail? Are you a homeowner in a Beltline neighborhood? I rent a home in a Beltline neighborhood. I'm a residential landlord in a Beltline neighborhood. I'm a business owner in a Beltline neighborhood. I'm a commercial landlord in a Beltline neighborhood, a developer, or a real estate broker. Great. Looks like we have a homeowner who's also interested in the Beltline project. We can go ahead and end that. And the next question, what are you most likely to be doing on the trail? Exercising or recreation? Running errands? Making your way to work or school? Engaging in leisure activities? Or not use the trail at all? And thank you. We appreciate you joining this call to learn more. And the last question for this segment of the presentation is tonight your first Beltline meeting? Yes or no? All right. Thank you so much. Welcome back. We can go ahead and end that poll. Before we jump into our updates for the Lantern Parade, I'd like to present a few statements about the Beltline and the Beltline vision. The vision statement for the Beltline is to be the catalyst for making Atlanta a global beacon for equitable, inclusive, and sustainable city life. That includes providing 22 miles of rail transit, 1,300 acres of new green space, 33 miles of multi-use trails, 5,600 units of affordable workforce housing, $10 billion in economic development, 48,000 construction jobs, and 30,000 permanent jobs, and one of our favorite parts, public art programming, environmental cleanup, and what we're doing tonight, community engagement. All of these elements make up the Atlanta Beltline project. Now, one of the elements I just mentioned includes the Legacy Resident Retention Program, which aims to mitigate displacement by helping current homeowners pay property tax increases. Residents who live in the designated program areas along the southern and western neighborhoods of the Beltline who meet the following criteria are eligible for relief if you're currently living in your home, lived there before March 2017, and have an annual household income below 100% of AMI. More details can be found on this program at beltline.org/retention fund. And now I'd like to introduce you to Atlanta Beltline Art Director, Amina Cooper.
Hi, good evening, everybody. My name is Amina Cooper, and I'm the Director of Arts and Culture. Happy to be with you this evening. The Atlanta Beltline Lantern Parade was founded and continues to be hosted by Chantel Ritter and the crew of Grateful Gluttons. It is a community-crafted paper lantern procession that fosters enduring bonds between people and their new public space through creative civic participation. The parade prompts people to interact with one another, reflect on larger community, and celebrate their environment. This living public art form illustrates how the brilliance of individuals can illuminate a community. Chantel Ritter is creator of the Lantern Parade and serves as a crew captain and artistic director. Ritter grew up in Baltimore and studied integrative arts at Penn State University. Living in New Orleans, she fell under the spell of parade culture and the notion that creative play can be a civic gift. Chantel founded the Crew of Grateful Gluttons in New Orleans in 1999. And now I am pleased to introduce Ms. Chantel Ritter.
Hi there. Thank you for the fantastic introduction, Amina. I'm so grateful to be here and be talking about our 15th Beltline Lantern Parade. My heart just soars to think that we have been doing this together for 15 years. You know, bringing people together these days is a feat. Thousands of people coming joyfully together to create a mile-long, beautiful, playful spectacle for themselves and their community. It's just a wonder. You know, it gives me chills every single time. So I really hope if you haven't been to the Lantern Parade, you come and you can either march in the parade with your own lantern, or you can be a spectator on the sidelines. We love them both. You know, whether you're cheering on the sidelines or marching in the parade, the community is seeing its very best self um, in delight. So the the parade starts again in Adair Park. We're thrilled to be on the southwest side. We have a nice big roomy spot to start to line up. So right there on Catherine Street, you will find the band. So we have 5 marching bands. So the Atlanta Drum Academy is leading the front again, along with the Crew's giant puppets. Y'all, we are bringing out so many giant puppets. It's ridiculous. We're bringing out like 3 trucks full of 40 giant lantern puppets, and they can't wait to hang out with you. Then the other bands are the Black Sheep Ensemble, the Seed and Feed Marching Abominables, the Atlanta Freedom Band, and this year we have Malsiki Scales and Common Ground Collective. So for lineup, come down to the park and get in line behind your favorite marching band. There's just nothing like marching down the trail to your favorite tunes. And I know the bands would love to see you. It's better for the parade if you come down to the park and get in lineup than jump in. So thank you for that. Then we march down the parade, down the Beltline, and we hang a right and go through Lee and White and wrap around to finale at the parking lot and the Great Lawn. So the finale is the all band puppet jam. So the bands will play a little longer and all of our puppets are just dying to hang out with you. So the end is the time where you can like go visit and get your picture taken with all of them, chat with the crew puppeteers. They are all sweet people. Ask them how they do that. The puppets are really, really friendly. So yeah, start in the park and come down to the all band jam. If you do need a lantern to march in the parade. So we have some workshops coming up, but besides the workshops, like we love invention. Like there's all kinds of ways to make a volume of light. And we some of the most fun is seeing what people make. You know, it's like that spirit of early in the morning on Mardi Gras Day when people reveal the thing that they've been working on that is just meant to put a smile on your face. So it's a great reason to make a little piece of art is to trot it out in public for thousands of people to interact with. So the workshop series, we have tomorrow is Trees Atlanta workshop. We're making little, not that little, acorn workshops to honor the Beltline Arboretum oak trees, which are beautiful. And then we have a Everybody Lantern Puppet workshop that is a like an achievable 3-hour thing where you could have a little lantern puppet, not like the giant ones that we have, but they're very funny. And then Sunday, we have a drop-in free lantern workshop, and it's super easy. It's based on coloring. So I did some illustrations that are celebrating 15 years of Beltline Lantern Parade, and our master class theme, it's weird how time flies. And so you color the drawings any way you want to, and then we easily turn it into a lantern. So that's free on Sunday, and our studio is really fun. It's full of all the puppets. So come enjoy a visit there, Sunday noon to 4. And then there's one more next week that's an adults only version of the same thing, the coloring lantern. Super relaxing, a great date night. So thank you, and I hope to see you all at the parade. And I'm going to hand it over to Laura Lindman.
Thanks, Chantel. We're excited to partner with the Pittsburgh Community Market, the Happy Black Parent, Pittsburgh Yards, and the Atlanta Indie Market to host several pre-parade activities. So you want a little bit of Lantern Parade magic without the late night bedtime? You can join us at the Pittsburgh Community Market alongside Atlanta Indie Market and the Happy Black Parent from 12 to 7 p.m. to craft your own lantern at our free Lantern Parade making station. Then you can stick around for our Kids Lantern Parade at 6 p.m. with lineup at 5:45. It's going to be led by the Atlanta Old School Drummers. And the parade will go around Pittsburgh Yards and on a portion of the trail. While the event is free, we do ask that you RSVP ahead of time if possible so we know how many supplies to get. And if you're a vendor interested in participating in the market, we do ask that you sign up by going to the link listed on the slide, and vendor registration will be open until 11:59 on Thursday evening. After the kids parade at the Pittsburgh Yards, you can walk on over to the Atlanta Beltline Marketplace at Aileen. And you can shop and eat with our local businesses participating in the Beltline Marketplace program. We'll also be hosting a procrastination station for folks who would like to make a lantern and join the parade. Lantern kits will be available on a first come, first served basis, and the station will be closed at 7 p.m. to allow participants time to line up for the parade. As Chantel mentioned, it is very important for you to line up at the beginning where they start so that you can make sure you're not hopping in at the end. And at this time, I'm going to pass it over to Chelsea. Thanks so much.
Good evening, everyone. Happy to be here and talking about all things Lantern Parade with you guys. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about the path route. So I'll be hitting on some things that Chantel already covered, but just so we have all of our bases covered. So the parade will begin at Adair Park 1 with lineup located down Mayland Ave Southwest and Lexington Ave Southwest. Again, that lineup will begin at 7:35 p.m. The parade will officially begin with step off at 8:35 p.m. Participants will march west or left out of Adair Park 1 toward Aline Ave Southwest. Following, it will take a brief left onto Aline Ave, and then immediately after, it will take a right directly onto the Atlanta Beltline Southwest Trail. The parade procession will continue to march southwest along that trail toward the Lee and White property. The parade will exit the Southwest Trail, entering the Lee and White property for its conclusion. And just like Chantel said, all of the bands and puppets will join for a jam session and parade finale in the Lee and White lot just off of their food hall. We have some streets that'll be affected. We have Aline Ave Southwest, as I mentioned, that will be closed from Warner Street to Brookline Street. There will be an intersection of Mayland Ave to Catherine Street that will be affected, as well as the intersection of Lexington Ave and Catherine Street. So in terms of volunteering, it is very important. We need your help to make the 15th annual Atlanta Beltline Lantern Parade celebration a success. We have multiple slots that will allow you to participate and support a seamless event execution. We've been doing it for 15 years, so always room for improvement, and happy to have people who want to help do that. If you are interested in getting involved as a volunteer, please sign up by visiting the link or QR code that's on your screen. Details for each volunteer slot are listed in the link or QR code that you have on your screen, and we will host a virtual orientation to go over these roles and event schedule. A calendar invite will also follow after your sign up. Next, we have parade etiquette, or just attendees' best practices during the event. A reminder, you must have a lantern to walk in the parade. We're looking for the spirit of participation here, so get involved. Please walk, dance, march, whatever you prefer. Just do it slowly without passing anyone in the procession. If for any reason you need to stop, please do so by stepping off to the side, off of the main trail, and let the procession continue along. Allow generous space for vans and large lanterns as they progress along the trail. We ask that you leave your pets at home for this event and please walk your bike if you have one. Another note about lanterns, there are no flying lanterns permitted in this event. We ask that you help keep our trail beautiful and please take your trash with you once you're finished. And remember to smile, wave, enjoy yourself, and have fun. You'll probably be in a photo or two because there will be tons of things happening at all times. And just a final note and reiteration, go to the end for the giant puppet and jam session at the Lee and White Food Hall lot. And now I'm gonna pass it back to Ebony.
Thank you so much, Chelsea. In preparation for this year's Lantern Parade, we connected with several neighborhoods to ensure that we were preparing the impacted communities about this big event. These conversations helped us build a Lantern Parade event that is fun and safe for everyone. We were in contact with Adair Park, Capitol View, Oakland City Community Association, and West End Neighborhood Development. Attended meetings on these following dates, where we shared details about the parade and what residents and neighbors could expect. And now we'll have the Q&A portion of our meeting. We'll answer as many live questions as time permits. Questions and comments can be written or verbally expressed by raising your hand. Our audience tonight consists of Zoom, online, and phone attendees, as well as Facebook Live attendees. Let us briefly go over how you can contribute to this conversation. Phone attendees, if you'd like to speak, press *9 on your telephone keypad to raise your hand. When discussion begins, a member of our team will open your line when it's your turn to speak, and your phone will prompt you to press *6 to unmute yourself. Online attendees, you can submit a response anytime in the Q&A box. In addition, you can upvote a response from anyone else. Please feel free to participate if you are on Facebook Live in the comment sections. Someone in our staff will make sure that I see your questions as we take them as they come through. Let's see, Q&A. Hey. Guessing after 15 years, everybody pretty much has it, huh? Don't have any questions at this time. We will give it a few minutes. Ahead. Well, seems as if we don't have any questions for tonight. So with that being said, we will go ahead and wrap up for the evening. We could go through a couple of polls if you would all like. Was the information presented tonight helpful? All right, excellent, 100%, perfect. We could end that poll. And did you learn something new? Yes, no, or needs more clarity? 100% yes. Excellent. We can end that poll. And before we say goodbye for the evening, please note the contact information for our art and culture team. We thank you so much for participating in tonight's study group for the 2025 Lantern Parade, and we hope to see you on the Beltline. Thank you.